What's good, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Sports Showdown. It's your boy, it's easy. Brought that heat with your boy.
Reggie the Cheeto.
Yes, sir. And in today's video, we will be it'll be like, kind of like a continuation to our previous NFL video where we talk about free agency and trade rumors and we pitch in um our thoughts and what we think their future is. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Cam Newton. Uh, he's been talked about recently a lot in social media posts and a lot of sport accounts, and they all ask themselves the same question. What is Cam's future? Is it the end of the Cam Newton era? And I actually have a very interesting take into it. I'm not going to sit here and say his career is over, but I will have to admit and say he definitely is not the same elusive quarterback we are used to seeing from back in 2015, where he carried the Panthers to a Super Bowl appearance. Um, he's definitely not the same guy we've seen throughout the years. He's regressed, whether it's been the injuries, COVID. Um, I don't know what it's been, but he's been struggling, and it's very sad to see. And his future with the Patriots seems very uncertain. Uh, you know, Joe Thuney recently leaving, Stephon Gilmore hitting the free agency. I see this team rebuilding. The only team I could possibly see him signing with would possibly be the Washington football team, but even then, that's kind of a long shot because after that game with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at that wild card game, Taylor Heineke really stepped up and showed them what he's all about. He's a baller, he's a stud, and he has proven himself to be their starting quarterback. And it's kind of been made official recently, cutting Alex Smith. Um, Also, Dwayne Haskins got cut for very obvious reasons. So he's kind of like their only quarterback at the moment, and he's most likely going to take that starting quarterback role. And Cam Newton's looking for a team where he could be the starter. I'm sorry to say it, Cam, but personally, right now, how things are looking, I don't think he's. I don't think any team is willing to take that shot and give him the starting position. Many teams already have established their own quarterback, and it's just very hard. He's competing against really young guys that are very mobile and can really throw the ball. And I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see. What do you think, Raggy?
Cam Newton coming off one of the worst years of his career, throwing more interceptions than passing touchdowns, really did not look good at all. Whether it was lingering shoulder injuries or COVID, he was just not a starter worthy quarterback this year. Did not look good. And now his future is really up in the air, whether he's out of the league or just reduced to a backup role. I don't see the Patriots re-signing him. The only reason they would for is a mentorship role for their first round pick, whether it be Mac Jones or whoever they want to take. And the only team that might want him is the Washington football team, where he could reunite with Ron Rivera, his old coach down in Carolina for many years, when he can compete with Taylor Heineke for that starting position. But right now, Cam Newton is not having many options, and his future is very dark. And yeah, it's going to be exciting to see, and hopefully he can land a team.
Yeah, I really hope he does land a team. I love this guy. I kind of grew up watching him and just seeing how mobile and athletic this man was. I mean, he still is. Don't get me wrong, but back then, this man was a legit different breed. He was insane.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I really do hope he finds a team, though. In my opinion, I like them. I like him a lot. Without further ado, let's get right into a next quarterback. Deshaun Watson. He's been struggling a lot with the organization, that Houston organization. It's weird down there, man. What do you think, Greg? What do you think his future is?
He recently requested a trade a month ago, and right now, the Houston Texans are one of the worst managed franchises in the league, with horrible ownership and general manager hiring a very questionable coach, the Ravens wide receiver coach. Pretty sure Deshaun Watson did not like that. And right now, their relationship is severed. The Texans are being stubborn and not trading him, and Watson now is willing to hold out and lose millions of dollars just to not play for the Texans. And but given all that, with their horrible management, the three teams I see that can land them are the Miami Dolphins, San Francisco 49ers, and the Carolina Panthers. Those three teams can put the best trade offer and give the most haul up for Deshaun Watson while still staying Super Bowl contenders. I think the Panthers for sure become Super Bowl contenders with Watson at quarterback. They can give a great trade offer. The 49ers, they're quarterback away. You get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo. You're pretty much a tier A team, a Super Bowl contender. Same with the Dolphins, maybe a tier B team I could see. But you'd be great, Watson. That defense, you have the third overall pick. Tua, give what you need. Try getting Watson. Those two teams could put great trade offers for Deshaun Watson. And I really see him landing with the 49ers or the Panthers. What do you think, ACC?
I really agree with you. The Panthers, I've heard that they're trying to make a big push and try to, and as a matter of fact, they're willing to take a big step into the right direction to get a good quarterback, and they're actually willing to trade Christian McCaffrey, you know, an insanely good and very talented running back in the league. They're willing to let him go just to get Deshaun Watson. That really goes to show how much he's worth
How
with
good
that
he is.
caliber. Yeah, that how good he is as a quarterback. That really goes to show. And yeah, I agree. He goes to the Niners. They're already a Tier A Super Bowl team. Same with the Panthers. Very very good wide receiver core. Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, and I think
Curtis Samuel.
Curtis Samuel. Um, Also, a very good running back. Actually, it's interesting I talked about Christian McCaffrey because Mike Davis, he really took that role as a starting running back, and I was very impressed. Me, as a fantasy football player, um, Mike Davis put some numbers, dude.
Yeah,
And
he really showed out and
yeah, he
stepped
really
in there
showed
for
out.
Christian McCaffrey's injuries.
Yeah, so
So I
like
don't think
I'm just
running back
saying,
will be that big of a loss. And right now, Panthers are really good suited for him. Yeah.
yeah, the Panthers, dude, I'm really high on them. I could really see them landing him. But we'll just have to wait and see. And it sucks that the Texans organization really went dookie. When they traded Hopkins, it really all started going downhill because then after that, you know, J.J. Watt gets released and Deshaun just being in the middle of all of this, seeing what's going on, and then having zero offensive line help. That defense is just not there, other than J.J. Watt, of course. He's very concerned for his future there. He is not happy. He wants out, and they're just not letting him go. That's a very stubborn move by the organization, I will say. And I can see where he's coming from, and it really sucks. But only time will tell, and we'll have to see. Moving on to our next player, Aaron Jones, coming off his career best season, his value definitely went up. He hit the free agency market. Um, what is his future, Raggy? What do you think?
Hmm. Interesting question. Is easy. My thoughts on Aaron Jones's future is I think he's done in Green Bay. Green Bay lets him walk as coming off, yeah, like you said, a career best year. He's gonna want a good hefty payday, and I don't see the Packers giving him that, especially with the good rising running back in AJ Dillon. paying Aaron Jones does not make sense for their situation. And Aaron Jones could have just been a benefit of that Packers offensive line. We have to just assume that because of how great that Packers offensive line was. Nonetheless, he was still a great running back this season and should get a good contract from a team like the Dolphins or the Cardinals where they could really use him and get that running game to that next level where both the teams' running games were very subpar, like Kenyon Drake and Miles Gaskin. And either of those two teams can greatly benefit from Aaron Jones. What are your thoughts on Aaron Jones's future, ZZ?
I agree with that when you said that he's most likely, since he just came off one of his best seasons, he's most likely going to be wanting a bag. And I agree with that. The Packers are most likely not going to be able to give him that, even if they really wanted to. Hear me out. I'm pretty sure they're amongst one of the few teams that are really struggling financially in their cap space and money, because they even had to consider if they want to bring Aaron Rodgers back. Like, is that even a question? He's like on a Tom Brady level. He's gonna go down as one of the best to ever do it. And they were considering bringing him back. That just really goes to show how they're kind of struggling financially, and they're trying to make different moves. And I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure what their cap space is looking like, but that kind of hints that they're most likely not going to get him back. By that I mean Aaron Jones. Like you said, his offensive line was amazing, but nonetheless, very, very talented running back. We saw it. When he'd break away, he'd make people miss, and he could actually catch the ball too. Um, so he's like kind of like a dual threat.
Yeah,
And the teams I really see him signing is probably, like you said, the Arizona Cardinals and the Dolphins. But most importantly, I really see him signing with the Dolphins. They could. I feel like they could definitely work a good trade for Miles Gaskin, or not even then. Not even then, because like you said, AJ Dillon, a rising star, very explosive guy. We saw it in the playoffs. He really stepped up. So we'll just have to wait and see. But Aaron Jones, uh, since we don't really know much, like there hasn't really been too many rumors other than like the Dolphins and the Cardinals. I can't really say much, but I will say one thing. He's definitely going to be chasing the bag, and it'll be really interesting to see how it plays out.
yeah. Let's see where Aaron Jones goes. His future is exciting. There's not much
Yeah.
rumors yet. And
And also let's take in consideration that he's a young guy too. So he really at the moment I don't really think he has to worry too much about if he's going into a good team, a quote unquote good or bad team. I feel like he's gonna go looking for the bag because he's very young. He's what, second, third year in the league.
yeah,
Um, he's very young, so yeah, we'll just have to see how it plays out and what team will get him. I'll guarantee you one thing though, he's definitely not gonna go as a free agent. Someone will sign him. He's too talented
yeah, yeah.
to to just be on like that. Moving on to our next player, just since we were talking about the Arizona Cardinals, J.J. Watt. Recently getting traded to Arizona. I swear I remember hearing J.J. Watt tweet out something that he wanted to go to a a team that's like Super Bowl contender, like a team that's ready to compete on the next level.
Mm-hmm.
I really saw him going to the Browns or the Bills. I kind of leaning towards the Bills, low key. But I guess that's just not how things played out, and he ended up going to Arizona. A very unexpected move, in my opinion. The only thing that kind of we had to kind of back that up was DeAndre Hopkins, you know, kind of being a little,
Recruiter.
yeah, like, yeah, he like posted it on his Instagram, kind of like promoting it, and
Yeah.
we as football fans were like, is
Just
this
the
legit?
old teammate messing around. Nothing serious.
Yeah, I didn't take it too seriously, but I guess that I'm not saying DeAndre Hopkins played a huge role in getting him,
but he probably
But I
did.
will say he probably did. Knowing how
Yeah,
influential he is on the team. I don't know, but
but
yeah,
he does bring that Cardinals defense up to that next level. That's for
he
sure.
really
Him
does.
alongside
Chandler
Chandler
Jones,
Jones, yeah,
yeah.
and
So the real question is, I'm gonna ask you, Raggy, and be honest with me. Um, do you think JJ Watt made the right decision going to Arizona?
hmm.
Tell me why, and tell
To
me
win,
why
if
you
he
think.
wants to win a Super Bowl, I don't think so. I know he wants to play a big part, and I really thought the two best options to win a Super Bowl were the Packers or the Bills. Those two teams have one of the top five offenses in the league, without a doubt. Their pass rush, their run defense, that's what JJ Watt needed to sign with them. He elevates those two teams, D line, to that next level, their pass rush and run stop. JJ Watt would have dragged that team to a Super Bowl tier now, like the Chiefs or the Buccaneers, having that extra piece. And I really thought he would go to one of those teams. The Cardinals were a surprising move. They're not exactly Super Bowl ready. They need a new head coach, in my opinion. I don't think Cliff Kingsbury's all that. Offensive line is still very shady, and defense is not there yet. Still pretty young and needs work. So the Cardinals were a very interesting move. They were 9-7, coming off missing the playoffs on the last game of the year. So they will probably make the playoffs, but Super Bowl ready, not yet. Maybe another year. And let's see if it pays off for JJ Watt. Were the Cardinals worth it for him?
Like you said, they got a lot of things to work with. I mean, they got a lot of things to focus on before they move on to that next level. And this is a team that's very young. DeAndre Hopkins, Kyler Murray, you know, Kenyon Drake. I'm not sure if they're ready to go to the next level. Obviously, a very outstanding receiver and a very good player like J.J. Watt, Chandler Jones. These guys are really good, but I'm not sure. I really feel like they got a lot of things that they should focus on. And let that alone, take in consideration that the Arizona Cardinals are in the NFC. Just let Being in the NFC is just more competitive. You're competing against the Seahawks. You're competing against the 49ers defense. You're competing against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, against the Saints. You're competing against like all these very, very high caliber teams already. So the Rams, oh my, the Rams. You're competing against these type of guys. So it'll be very interesting to see how it plays out. And man, oh man, I really hope he does get a ring. But in Arizona, I feel like I'm not saying he can't get a ring there, but they definitely have some things to work out with. Um, we'll just have to see.
Yeah,
Do you have anything to add on to that, Raggy?
we've covered up all a bit. JJ Watt. Let's see what happens with him. Can he get that elusive Super Bowl title?
We'll have to see. So, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. That's gonna pretty much wrap up the whole video about free agency. This is kind of like part two, more to come. If you guys enjoyed it, please give us a like, subscribe, and if you guys care, please comment and
Give us
let
your
us
thoughts.
know. Yeah,
Give
give
us
us your thoughts.
feedback as well. What more do we need to improve on?
Yeah, and also something I feel like we haven't been asking you guys a lot is give us feedback on our videos. Like, do you guys like how we're formatting them, or if you guys got any suggestions on how to make them better, please let us know in the comments down below. Or
And
you can hit us up on our social media, and we're checking that daily. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.
free agency right around the
Ready?
corner. Much more content to come. Subscribe.
Yes, sir. It's easy and raggy out.
Damn, Zeus, you too cold, bro. What you doing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am a menace. Keep me arranged like tennis. I'm with this shit like I'm Dennis. I started this shit, I'ma finish. Niggas be hating, trying to blemish my image. Who want the smoke?